this is it. The winner plays the Phillies. The loser has some dashed dreams. The winner will play the Phillies in the World Series, Game 7 here in Baltimore. Game 6 was tied until the bottom of the 8th inning, and Ken Singleton hit a home run. Now that set up a winner-take-all game. 9 innings, this is it. It's our first Game 7 of the playoffs. Baltimore, Toronto, Baltimore, Toronto, Toronto, Baltimore. That's how they've laid out. Jim Palmer is going to be the pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles here in Game 7, and Jim Gott will be for the Toronto Blue Jays. The winner goes to the World Series. Game 7s are special. Coming up next. So Jim Palmer, he had one start in the postseason, 0-1. He had 3 ERA, 6 innings, giving up 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. And the walks and hits per innings pitched is 1 1/3. So Jim Palmer, and now here we go. This is Game 7. Damaso Garcia will start off, and we're going to be ready to go. Jimmy Palmer now, and we're underway. And that'll be outside, ball 1. Oh my, last game he was 1 for 5, Damaso, and he had a couple opportunities to really get something big here in game number 7. And that'll be high and outside, 2-0. 47 degrees, and it's an extremely slight wind. As Garcia, the first 2 pitches have been balls, and here in game number 7, the winner moves on. And that'll be a little looper, and this one will be a base hit. So a base hit here, and Damaso Garcia will get on. Damaso Garcia will be on first. And here's Barry Bunnell. Bunnell had a chance yesterday, but he grounded out to end the game. Palmer, and that's going to be a ball outside for the Toronto Blue Jays. If they would win, they would keep their miracle ride going. They're the last seeded team in the American League. They won the wild card game, and they beat number 1 Chicago in 6 games. That's going to be a strike. Last game he was 3 for 5. A double and 2 RBI, but he had the last out of the game, and that is always the hardest one. And that'll be a strike as Bunnell just watches it go right down the middle, and Jimmy Palmer now. The 1-ball, 2 strike with 1 out. And this will be a hard hit. It's going to be a base hit. And they're going to go. Garcia's going to third. He might come home early. They're going to throw it in. He will come home. The throw to the plate. There's going to be no throw. It's 1-0 Toronto. And right now it is silent. Toronto has come out swinging away. They thought that Baltimore had all the momentum in the world. And it was a good bounce right to Lowenstein, the left fielder, but I'll tell you what, I think it was Al Bunbury, the center fielder, came over, and that's going to be low ball 1. They haven't even gotten an out yet, and Toronto has a 1-0 lead. Boyd Mosby hitting .370 in the postseason. Game 7, high 2-0. It was 3 for 4 last game, a double and an RBI. If Toronto wins, they will go to the World Series, and it would be an unbelievable feat. That's going to be a hard shot, and a line drive, 1 out. Len Sakata makes the catch. Now you do have a runner on second. You have Garcia, Bunnell, and Mosby. Barfield, Upshaw, and Witt will be catching today. Johnson is a DH. Rance Mulliniks is at third, and Alfredo Griffin. They got Alfredo Griffin batting 9th again. They only have 4 home runs in the postseason, but Alfredo Griffin is batting 9th, so that'll be big. Here's Jesse Barfield with an out, and it'll be low ball 1. Barfield hitting .224. No home runs and 5 RBI. So Barfield hitting .224. The 1-0. Swing and a miss there. We still do not have an out. Toronto's trying to get a lot of runs early. We said if they wanted to win Game 7, get like 4 or 5 runs early and hold on. Barfield, this will be to right field. Deep, deep, Barfield might do it! And it is at the wall for an out. But it'll go to third and it'll be 2 outs. He almost hit it out. Jesse Barfield almost did it, and here's Willie Upshaw. Upshaw's now 304. He's 4th on the Blue Jays. Jim Palmer having a rocky first inning. Toronto trying to get that second run in here in the first. And that'll be over to Cal. He'll go to Eddie Murray, and they get a run. But that's all they get. Toronto gets a run. Barry Bunnell. He was hot, and he still is. And it is 1-0. So here we go. Here's Jim Gott. Matt Williams. Sorry about this. Matt Williams, I thought it was Jim Gott. Matt Williams is ERA of 3, 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and he has exactly 1 walk and hit per innings pitched. So exactly 1. So he's allowing 1 base runner every inning. And here's Danny Ford. 4th on the Orioles at .275. Already 1-0 Toronto. It's their first lead in Baltimore. Remember, Baltimore had 4 leads yesterday, and Toronto came back and tied 3 of them, but they never had the lead. In the last 7 games, Danny Ford, this is so big. Swing and a miss there, 0-2. Number 9 innings to prove yourself. That's it. The team that wins this game goes to the World Series. And that'll be on the ground and picked up. That's Mullenix to first, and that's going to be an out. Oh, what a play by Mullenix. He's in there for his defensive ability. Here's Ford, Bunbury, and Murray. Ripken, Singleton, and Lowenstein. Dempsey, Sakata, and Dower. And they have 11 home runs in the postseason. So they have 11 home runs in 13 games. That's almost 1 a game. Here's Al Bunbury. And that's going to be down low ball 1. So Al Bunbury's 4th on the Orioles. Be low ball 1. So Matt Williams pitching here. And it'll be low 1-1. Sorry about that. I thought it was 0-1. But anyway, it's 1-1. Bunbury went 0 for 4 the last game with a strikeout. And that'll be high pop fly. Who's going to get that? It'll be Bunnell with the catch, 2 outs. We all know Toronto with an early surge. This is where we got Philadelphia is a combined 8-2 in the postseason. And here you see both Toronto and Baltimore won in 6 games in their last series, and they're in Game 7 here. The winner plays the Phillies in the 1983 World Series. So here's Eddie Murray. He's 1st on the Orioles. He's hitting .383. And Matt Williams with 2 outs. And that'll be on the ground. This will be Mullenix to first, and they get the out. At the end of 1, Toronto. My goodness, they got a base hit. They got a run early. It's 1-0. We go to the top of the second. I don't know why it said mid-second. It's the top of the second. And Ernie Witt, the catcher now, not Buck Martinez. And Jim Palmer, 14 pitches in the first inning, and that's 15 here. 1-0. So it'll be 2-0. Ernie Witt. And that'll be fouled off to left field. 2-1. Top of the second inning. And it's 3-1. Cliff Johnson is on deck. Toronto has been taking the better at-bat so far here in Game 7. It's 1-0. It's going to be a walk, and Ernie Whitt will walk. So Ernie Whitt, not known as the offensive powerhouse, and a DH, Cliff Johnson. So here comes Cliff Johnson now. He's tied for the second on the Blue Jays with 6 RBI. And this is Cliff now. Top of the second. And it'll be 1-0. Last game he was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. And Cliff Johnson hitting .261. So Toronto's getting people on base, and that's flipped to right field. It's going to hit the gap here in game number 7. Now he has 34 speed at second base. He's going to try and come home. They're going to send him home, and he's going to throw home. It's going to be safe. It's 2-0 Toronto. 2-0 Blue Jays. With nobody out, and Jim Palmer is sweating right now. Jim Palmer is getting rocked. And he's a legend here in Baltimore. He's a legend. Sometimes you start people because of their last name and their first name. And right now, Jim Palmer not living up to his, history. It's later on in his career here in 1983. It's 2-0 Toronto. And Molinex to right field. It's going to go and hit the wall. It's 3-0 Toronto. Now they're going to throw to second, but Molinex will stay on first. It's 3-0 Toronto. And now here comes Joe Altobelli. Altobelli's going to talk to Jim. Here's Alfredo Griffin, the shortstop. This is incredible, and that'll be a hard shot and a base hit. So first and second with nobody out. Here in the top of the second inning. And Jim Palmer's in a huge jam. He is in a huge jam. And here comes Damaso Garcia. Damaso Garcia's 1 for 1. Jimmy. And that's going to be low ball 1. Damaso, you remember, he opened up the game with a base hit. He ended up scoring a run. Right now it's 3-0 Toronto here in the 7th game. An unbelievable start for the Blue Jays. A dream start. There they go on the steal. The swing and a miss. They throw to third. He's going to be out. I don't know why in the world they decided to steal third. No words for that. I don't know about Bobby Cox, why he would do that. And it's going to be caught. 2 outs. 2 questionable things. A steal and a bunt. Why in the world would you do that? They're taking themselves out of it. And here's Bunnell. With first and second, who cares if you hit into a double play? If you do that, my goodness. You had 2 on, you hit into a double play, and you still have Bunnell coming up. Bunnell had the RBI to make it 1-0. Toronto just ran themselves out of the inning here. Bunnell, hard shot. It's going to be a base hit. Are they going to come home? They're going to throw home. Here's the throw to the plate, and he's out. Oh, my goodness, he's out. Oh, 3 questionable outs for the Blue Jays. They were solid on the calls. The umpires were right in what they said. The question comes from, what are they thinking? It's 3-0. We go to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning, a total disaster for an inning. Toronto could still be batting, and it's going to be a ball outside. Matt Williams to Cal Ripken is hitting .326. Here in the bottom of the second inning in game number 7. And that'll be a strike up high. Last game he was 3 for 4, and he hit a huge home run. to begin the scoring. Yeah, that was the first inning, and they got a 2-0 lead. And that'll be a strike. I can't believe the Blue Jays, they would have had 2 on, and oh my goodness, it's hard to believe. It'd be like 5-0 right now if they ran the bases the correct way. Then they had the weird-looking bunt. It was crazy, that inning. The 2-2, and that's going to be Ripken right to center field, and that'll be 1 out. Lloyd Moseby in center field. And game number 7, 1 out. Here it is, Bonnell, Moseby, and Barfield. Mullenix, Griffin, Garcia, and Willie Upshaw. Upshaw and Ernie Witt is the catcher today, but Willie Upshaw at first base. Well, here we go. Ken Singleton, the hero last night. Bottom of the second inning, it'll be low ball 1. Matt Williams here in the bottom of the second. 3-0 Toronto. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that they got out to a big start like this. It'll be 1-1. Ken Singleton was 2 for 3 yesterday with the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th, and that'll be a strike. Toronto right now a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be high 2-2. The more Toronto can just get quick outs, they want quick outs. They want outs with nobody on. Oh, he jammed them, and that'll hit the ground. And the throw to Upshaw, and he's out. 2 outs. So that was Alfredo Griffin to Willie Upshaw. And John Lowenstein, 267, 2 home runs, and 4 RBI. Here in the bottom of the second, Toronto's cruising right now, and that's going to be a strike. So Toronto again yesterday, remember they were letting people on with 2 outs every inning. And that was a problem for them, and that's going to be Lowenstein to right. And they've got everybody so far, all 6. 6 up and 6 down in this game. And we go to the third inning, Moseby, Barfield, and Willie Upshaw. This is looking good for the Jays. And here for the Blue Jays, here's Lloyd Moseby. Line down to first in the series, he's 10 for 27. 2 doubles and 4 RBI. And here comes Jimmy Palmer again to top of the third, and that'll be a ball outside. Last 4 games, he ended up scoring 3 runs. And Lloyd now is 0 for 1. And that'll be fouled off 1-1. Well, Jim Palmer now pitching the game 7. I mean, Matt Williams didn't have a great ERA, and that'll be fouled off 1-2. They were looking like what in the world, but they seem to have the better matchup. 1-2, and it'll be 2-2. So Jim Palmer here in the top of the third, the 2-2. It's 3-0 Toronto. That'll be a hard hit, and base hit by Cal Ripken. And he has 79 speed. They throw to second, and he's going to get under a safe. He is safe. The throw goes wide. And that is very big. Lloyd Moseby with a base hit, and he gets a double. Toronto is ripping Jim Palmer left and right. And here's Jesse Barfield with nobody out and 1 on. And it's going to be a ball up high, 1-0. Jesse Barfield is 0 for 1. Jim Palmer is 34 pitches now. This is becoming very difficult for him. It's going to be high 2-0. Barfield has had a resurgence in the last few games. I just swallowed a peanut whole. Oh, they're going to steal. They throw to third, and that is going to be safe. So the 1 for 2 in stealing third base. This time they go with a guy more than 20 speed. They're looking to run. And here we go. Jesse Barfield. It's 2-1 with top of the third inning. Barfield to left field. This is back. And it is back, and it is caught. And he's coming home. It's going to be 4-0 Toronto. A long sacrifice fly, and Toronto has a 4-0 lead. So the wild card game, they won 6-1. A clinching game against Chicago, they won 6-1. And they're leading 4-0 now. Here's Willie Upshaw, the first baseman. They'll be outside ball one. Even when they get an out, they still score a run. Upshaw grounded out in the first, and Jimmy Palmer is not looking good at all. That'll be a strike, 1-1. Upshaw in the last game went 1 for 4 with a single in the top of the third, and it'll jump in there, 2-1. Upshaw's 0 for 1. We're going to have Canadian football next. And that'll be a strike here in 2-2. They're trying to settle him down. Toronto scored every inning. They've scored every single inning. Jim Palmer has not looked good. And a strikeout here, his first of the day. In the top of the third, 2 out. So Ernie Witt will come up. Remember, he walked the last time he was up. In the second inning, he's only hitting 136 in the playoffs. It's 4-0, Toronto leading Baltimore. High 2-0 with 2 outs, top of the third inning. 1 for 4, a single for Ernie Witt. And that'll be on the ground, and Ernie with the base hit. He's 1 for 1 and even walked once. And Witt will get on first with 2 outs. Palmer's had a terrible day. 2 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs all earned, 1 strikeout, 1 walk in 45 pitches. Oh, what a horrible day for him. And here's Cliff Johnson at DH. It's 4-0 here, and that'll be a strike. As we said earlier, Toronto wants to get up like 4 or 5-0 and hold on. Cliff Johnson's 1 for 1, a double, an RBI, and he ended up scoring a run. The 0-1 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 4 doubles and 5 RBI in the last few games. The 0-2 with 2 outs. That'll be on and fouled back. 0-2 with 2 outs again, top of the third inning. The pitch. Oh, and he fouls it away. Again, the 0-2. 2 outs. The pitch. Struck him out, and they caught it. So Toronto gets another run. This thing is 4-0 here in game number 7. All Toronto.
The catcher, Rick Dempsey.
Well, Rick Dempsey will come up in the bottom of the third. They got to do something. And here comes Williams to Rick, and that's going to be a ball. They need to get people on, and they need to get people in. It's 4-0 here. Toronto has a big lead, and I'm not counting Baltimore out, but right now they got to score runs. They've scored runs all season long, and right now that this is, it'll be 3-0 to Rick. They might get their first base runner on. Matt Williams might walk Rick Dempsey, and Len Sakata will come up, and that'll be ball 4, and they walk him. Leave it on a 3-0 pitch. The first walk of the day, and Williams walks Dempsey, and here's Len Sakata. Len now here in game number 7 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's Len hitting 159 in the first pitch. It'll be down low, and it's going nowhere, 1-0. Actually, that's ball 5 in the inning. Sakata has 6 runs. He scored himself. The 1-0, and that'll be on the ground and foul. That was ball number 2. I'm surprised he took a hack. It'll be 1-1, bottom of the 3rd inning. Williams. That's his strike, 1-2. We have Sakata here, hitting 159, bottom of the 3rd, the 1-2. And it'll be 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Low, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 3rd. Sakata hitting 159, the pitch. Struck him out, there's 1 out, and Len knew it. And Matt Williams, a big strikeout.
Batting ninth, the third baseman.
Oh, that's a big strikeout. And here's Rich Dower. Rich Dower. That'll be on and fouled away, 0-1. So Rich Dower hitting 256. First at bat of the day. That'll be on the ground, quickly 0-2. Well, I'll tell you what, Dower, the third baseman, a very good defensive plays throughout this playoffs. They need a hitter. They need to get him on base. There's been no hits, just a walk, and Dower to left and fouled off. And into the stands. The 0-2 with 1 out. 1-2. Matt Williams now. This will be pitch number 34. And here's the 1-2 with an out. Struck him out. And Dower goes down. It is quiet here. In the bottom of the 3rd, and here's Danny Ford. 6 for 25, 2 doubles, and 2 RBI. In the series, he's 0 for 1 today, grounded out in the first. It's 4-0 Toronto here in game number 7. Outside ball 1. Last game, Ford went 0 for 4 with strikeout. Remember, Baltimore has not had a hit today. And it would be big if Baltimore could have the lead here in game 7. Jammed him, and this is going to be easy for Ernie Whitt. It goes fair. But it doesn't matter because he catches it. We end 3, and Toronto still has scored in every single inning. Rance Mullinax. He's 1 for 1 today, and he is here in the top of the 4th inning. He's supposed to be the weak link offensively, and that's fair. Oh, how far can he go? Rance Mullinax will go to second. He's 2 for 2 in game 7. Rance Mullinax, a guy considered an offensive liability, and look at that, the first base coach doing. Now here's Alfredo Griffin, who's 1 for 1. It'll be a ball outside. They're already twice through the lineup. They're in the 4th inning. They could have 5 or 6 at-bats. The 1-0 to Griffin. Outside 2-0. Winner plays the Philadelphia Phillies, and I'm telling you what, if Toronto ends up scoring here, it's borderline dangerous for Baltimore. It's a portion of the game where you figure you might get a little bit too much. The 2-1 to Griffin. All this is so big. 3-1. They're saying no to that. Tomaso Garcia's on deck. It's 3-1. Strike two there, swung and he missed. Here in game number 7, in the top of the 4th, the 3-2. That'll be on the ground, easy. They throw to first, and they had to do that quickly. 1 out. So no sacrifice position here. They ticked off. There's Damaso Garcia. Alfredo Griffin didn't get anything, but Damaso Garcia 1 for 2, a single, and he ended up scoring a run. The first inning opened up the game with a single. He ended up coming around and scoring. And that'll be a hard shot and a base hit. He might get an RBI here. He won't. But it's sacrifice position. Damaso Garcia. Look at Jim Palmer giving up 10 hits already. It is not his night. They might take him out here soon. This is a game 7. There is no tomorrow. If you lose, you're done. If you win, you're in the World Series. Barry Bonnell is 2 for 2. That's going to be right field. That's going to hit the gap, and it will hit the gap. 1 run's going to come in. They're very conservative. They're going to throw to third, or they're going to get him. He is going to be safe, and it's 5-0 Toronto. It's 5-0 Toronto. I did not expect this. I did not expect this, not at all. This is absolutely insane, and now they got a new pitcher coming in. Jim Palmer. Not the night he wanted. He's got to be really disappointed at this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
And coming in is going to be Alan Ramirez.
Number 36.
1 game, 2/3 of an inning. His ERA is off the charts. He has 2 walks, no strikeouts. Righties hate him. Lefties love this guy. And he's pitching to a lefty, Lloyd Mosby. 1st and 3rd, 1 out here in the top of the 4th, and that'll be a strike. There's a double and a run. He's trying to make it 6-0. These clincher games, Toronto always scores early. High pop fly. This could be number 6. They get it. They're going to throw home, and it'll be safe at 6-0. Toronto has a 6-0 lead. Like, my goodness. And Bunbury couldn't get him out, and here's Jesse Barfield. The sac fly. 7 for 23, a triple, 5 RBIs, 0 for 1 today. That was the series. This is what it is today. It's low ball 1. Last 7 games, he's hitting almost 400. 10 for 26 at a 385 clip. 1-0. That'll be fouled off, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss here. It'll be 1-2. On the ground and fouled away. 6-0 Toronto. I never would have thought this. And nope, 2-2. Alan Ramirez a little bit ticked off at that. It'll be the 2-2 with 2 outs, 6-0 Toronto. Got him there, and Barfield will sit down. He's upset. But it is a 6-0 lead. Here's Al Bunbury in the bottom of the 4th. They got to get something going, or else this is going to be a blowout. So can they get somebody on? Matt Williams, first pitch. It'll be high, ball 1. Last 4 games, Al Bunbury scored 3 runs himself. It'll be 2-0. If they can get runners on with nobody out, they're going to have a shot. As it's 6-0 Toronto. There's still time. It'll be 3-0. Eddie Murray will be on deck. And in the dugout will be number 4 hitter, and that's going to be a strike. 3-1, Matt Williams. He could be aggressive to Eddie Murray. High pop fly to Bunbury. He got caught. And Damaso Garcia with the catch, 1 out.
Up next for the Orioles, the first baseman.
Well, you got to start feeling it here in Baltimore. Eddie Murray's 0 for 1, grounded out in the first. 12 of 25. And Eddie. Oh, Eddie could have taken that all the way. He fouls that off, 0-1 with an out. So Murray 6-0. Down low, 1-1. With 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. It's 6-0 Toronto here in Game 7. That'll be on the ground, and a base hit, their first probably of the day. Eddie Murray. And Murray will get on. Eddie will get on first. We had a walk before, and here's Cal Ripken. Ripken now 1 out, 1 on, and Ripken, that's going to be a hard shot. And they throw back to first, he's safe. But that's going to be Alfredo Griffin with the great catch at shortstop. And here's Ken Singleton, 0 for 1, a ground out in the second. He's 3 for 24, that's a 125 average in this series. Singleton, of course, with the 2-run home run yesterday. And this will be fouled off, 0-1. It's quiet here. They need a home run or something to get people up. There's just not enthusiasm here. And that'll be a ball, 1-1. Baseball's so hard because basketball and football, you know, when the other team has the ball, it's shorter times. You can get it back. That'll be back to Williams, and they end the inning. Toronto has 6, and Baltimore nothing here at the end of the 4th. Eddie Murray, the first hit this last inning. Top of the 5th inning, and here's Willie Upshaw, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2. This is Toronto at their best right now, and it'll be 1-0. Toronto has scored in every inning. And that'll be fouled off, 1-1. When you score in every inning, as Alan Ramirez will stay in as the pitcher. And that'll be a strike. This playoffs have had some insane games in it. But clinching games have not been that great. Philadelphia, oh, he swung and he missed for a strikeout. And he's going to get to first. He's safe. He struck out and got to first. It's a strikeout and it's a wild pitch. So here's Ernie Witt. Single and a run. 174 average, 1 for 1. Ernie Witt as it's the top of the 5th, nobody out, and outside ball 1. I can't believe Baltimore, really a moderate favorite in this series. They go to second off the steal, and he's safe. So that's Upshaw, Willie Upshaw, with the stolen base. So here's Ernie Witt, 1 for 1. High pop fly, could tag up. And they're going to force at least a throw. And they do, 1 out. So Cliff Johnson now, the DH, 1 for 2. A double, an RBI, and a run. 271 average. And that's going to be ball one. Last 8 games, a 321 average, 9 for 28. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner. 1-1, 1 out, top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss for Cliff. I mean, this is game number 7 of the ALCS. Right now, Toronto is blowing out Baltimore. And a strikeout there. So Cliff will go down. 2 out. This might be the first inning Toronto doesn't score. And now here's Rance Mulliniks, who's having a shockingly good day. High and deep to right field. It might hit the gap, but it won't. And Danny Ford with the catch at the end of the top of the 5th. It's 6-0 Toronto. Lowenstein, Dempsey, and Sakata. Lowenstein now is 0 for 1. He lined out in his second, 7 for 26, a double and an RBI. Matt Williams, and that's going to be a strike. For Baltimore, they got to get on base. I can't stress that enough. They've only had 1 hit in a game. They've been swinging out a lot of balls out of the strike zone. Baseball is the one sport where it's really backwards. When you're down by a lot, you have to become more patient.
1 ball, 2 strikes, down.
It'll be 1 and 2. You have to be a lot more patient. Right now, the 1-2 outside, 2 and 2. Matt Williams now. Bottom of the 5th inning. And it'll be 3 and 2. Rick Dempsey will be on deck. Bottom of the 5th inning. Struck him out, and that's going to be 1 out. Lowenstein goes down. I didn't expect this out of Matt Williams. And here's Rick Dempsey, walked in the 3rd. He was the first base runner of the day. They've only had 2 of them. And that'll be Dempsey to right. And Tomaso Garcia, oh, he reached up and he couldn't get it. Rick Dempsey will be on first. The catcher will be on first, Rick Dempsey, and Matt Williams. That's only the 2nd hit of the day and 4 1/3. Struck out 3, walked 1, only 55 pitches. But he was throwing a 1-hit shutout. And here's Len Sakata, 4 for 24. He struck out in the 3rd. And that is a 170 batting average. He's 1 for 6. That'll be high, ball 1. Here in the 1st. 1-0, and that'll be on the ground. And oh, it hits the ground, and is he going to beat it out? He's going to be out. Oh, they call him out there. Len Sakata, if he were a little faster, he would have been able to get there. But it was just a little bit. Willie Upshaw, it hit his glove, and he picked it up. But here's Rich Dower now, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. We're forgetting that all these are chances for Baltimore. And this is a game 7. And Dower, and that's going to be fouled off, 0-1. Last 7 games, he ended up scoring 5 runs himself. Rich Dower, the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Dower, the 3rd baseman. He does have a bit of big at bat. They want to try and score here. And he's a little aggressive. That's what we were talking about earlier, about being not patient. You've got to be patient. You got to trust others. And 1-2, and it'll be fouled off. He's going out of the strike zone and getting himself in trouble. Rich Dower 0 for 1, the 1-2 with 2 outs. And that'll be on the ground. Garcia to Shaw, and that ends the 5th. That ends the 5th. Baltimore's got major problems. Major problems. It's 6-0 Toronto. Alfredo Griffin will be up. 378 average. If Toronto were to win today, it would be a miracle. Beating the #1 White Sox. First of all, beating the Yankees on the road was an upset. And beating the #1 White Sox was a big upset. And this would be a major upset. So when you got moderate, big, and major, and Griffin to left field, it'll be caught 1 out by Lowenstein. Then you get a miracle when you got moderate, big, and major. Tomaso Garcia, well, I'll tell you what, if they make the World Series, Philadelphia is going to be a monumental task. And they'll be 1-0. I think Philadelphia has to be careful as Moragallo and Welchel will warm up. Philadelphia has to be careful that they don't say, oh, we're getting a trophy because we're playing Toronto. They have to realize that Baltimore beat them in real life. Beat them in real life, and Toronto's beating Baltimore. 2-1. Remember, Baltimore beat Philadelphia in 5 games. And that'll be picked up. Ramirez the first, 2 out. You know, Baltimore beat Philadelphia, and here he is. A double, 2 singles, and 2 RBI for Bonnell. He's 12 for 30, 3 doubles, and 6 RBI in the series. Bonnell 3 for 3, and that's going to be a ball inside. So remember that Toronto, and that'll be his first out here as they end the 6th. They go to the bottom of the 6th, the Oriole half of the 6th. And this thing is still 6-0. And here comes Dan Ford to start. He popped out, grounded out. He's 6 for 26 in the series, 2 double and 2 RBI. And that's Danny Ford. Is it going to drop? No, it won't. Well, actually, it will, right into the glove of Lloyd Mosby, 1 out. And here's Sal Bunbury, 0 for 2, fly out and pop out. 4 for 25 in this series with an RBI. He hasn't had the greatest of series. And that'll be a ball up high. Last 4 games, 4 for 14. And did he go? Yes, he did. 1-1. Again, they're just being very, very aggressive. And they're swinging out pitches out of the strike zone. And they'll be on the ground. Mullinex stops Shaw. Every out is 1 step closer for the Miracle Men. And Eddie Murray, who's 1 for 2, he singled in the 4th. 2 outs now, and Williams. Eddie Murray to right field. This one is deep. And good night. It hits off the wall. And it is not a home run. And Eddie Murray gets the second. It is not a home run. He hits off the wall. And Eddie Murray, and there it is. Let's see. Oh, right on to now. Anywhere else. And it would have been a home run. Here's Cal Ripken now. Wants to drive in Murray. Bottom of the 6th. And that's going to be a strike. Fly down, lined out. 9 for 23. A home run and 6 RBI. The 0-1. High, and he reached for that one. Barfield with the catch, and we go to the 7th. It's settling in what's happening. And if you're Toronto, you got to be ecstatic, but you can't be cocky about it. And here's Lloyd Moseby, 1 for 2, a double, an RBI, and a run. I think, quite honestly, the fans are going to give the top of this inning, see if they can stop them, and then the bottom of the inning to say, hey, at least the 8th inning before some of the mad ones just leave. It'll be 2-0. Alan Ramirez, 30 pitches so far. Jim Palmer was terrible, and this will be to right field. And to the warning track, 1 out. Danny Ford with the catch. Here's Barfield, 0 for 2, a sac fly and an RBI. 7 for 14, a triple and 5 RBI in the series. That'll be ball 1. Really, when I'm looking at this is shocking. 6-0. I never thought Toronto, but this is what we said yesterday. This is everything that we said yesterday. We said that yesterday that you didn't want the thing going 7 games because if somebody messes up early on, you always wanted that buffer zone. That's why we say game 7s, anything can happen. Because if somebody messes up like Jim Palmer, there's no way to recover. Willie Upshaw will be next. Barfield, and he'll walk, and Willie Upshaw is 0 for 3.
Now batting, the first baseman, Willie.
He reached on an error in the 5th inning. That counts. The error was the strikeout, so he actually, the strikeout when he got to first, and that's going to be low ball 1. It is quiet here. Some of the fans are, that'll be low, 1-1. High pop fly. And that'll be 2 outs. 6-0 Toronto. And here's Ernie Wetters, 1 for 2, a single and a run. So here's Ernie. Top of the 7th inning. And that's going to be a strike. Yo 1. And another strike. So Ernie Witt, he's 1 strike away from leaving this inning. He'll be inside, nothing there. I'll tell you what, it is quiet, and people, if you're a neutral site, if you're a neutral person, Witt will strike out, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll talk about this when we come back, and Witt is talking to the umpire, cordial way, just to see where that was, but we go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-0.
Leading off for the Orioles, the designated hitter, Ken Singleton.
And here's Ken Singleton, 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. They need 2 an inning. You know, for Baltimore, if you were a neutral observer and you're watching this game, you're still watching this game because you're in awe. You just cannot believe that the miracle's going to happen, and Toronto's going to the World Series. So you're watching, waiting for something to happen. Look at this, Rance Mullinax. He's got to be one of the MVPs of this game. His batting has been incredible, and his defense has been incredible there. That'll be 1 out. You know, if Baltimore were winning 6-0, nobody would be watching because they'd be like, well, Toronto doesn't have the firepower. And here's John Lowenstein here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The thing, though, is Matt Williams is still in. Lowenstein's 0 for 2, a strikeout in the lineup. If Matt Williams were to go out, then you would say, okay, well, maybe they can get a few in the next innings or whatever, but, you know, he's not. He's pitching the game of his life. A 2-hit shutout in a Game 7. It'll be the 2-1 to Lowenstein. He has walked a couple. High pop fly. And this will be to right field. 2 outs. Jesse Barfield with the catch. Even Toronto had a horrible second inning. They scored 2 runs to make it 3-0. And here's Rick Dempsey. Dempsey and Murray with the only hits. But, you know, the terrible, and we're like, oh, is this going to come back to bite them? Well, apparently not. You know, we thought, we're like, okay, here it is. And that's going to be a strike, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rick Dempsey. That'll be fouled off. There's the pitch count. Very easy, and 9 this inning. He could make it 10. High pop fly to right field. Deep, and they're going to make it 10, and that's the end of the inning. Matt Williams, one of the MVP candidates today. It's 6-0. We go to the 8th inning. Go to the 8th inning, and here's Cliff Johnson. Hold up 1 second. As I got something on my back porch. I think that dog is trying to get into my, what do you call it again? Garbage. Here in the top of the 8th inning, here's Cliff Johnson. And that's going to be a strike. You know, beginning to look at possible matchups of a World Series when it's 6-0. I just, you know, Toronto's going to be hot, and so is Philadelphia. Now, Toronto's going to be beating a team that beat, and that'll be 1 out. Toronto's going to be beating a team that beat the Phillies in real life. You can see Jim Palmer terrible. Williams winning every category except for walks. Matt Williams. Jim Palmer was not good. Rance Volnix is 2 for 3. A double, a single, and an RBI. And that'll be a strike. Baltimore has 2 more. Two more chances, and it'll be 1-1 with 1 out. Your ball 2-1. There's a lot of frustrated people here in Baltimore. Historically, they were the World Series champion. Remember, they beat the Philadelphia Phillies in 5 games. They beat the Phillies in 5 games. That'll be on the ground. The throw to first, 2 out.
Now back. Alfredo Griffin.
Alfredo Griffin, 1 for 3, singled in the second. That'll be high into left field. This should be out number 3. Lowenstein with the catch. To go to the bottom of the 8th inning, here in Game 7, it's been all Blue Jays. Len Cicada's 0 for 2. A strikeout and grounded out. So Len Cicada. And that's going to be a ball inside, 1-0. McLaughlin and Cooper. Got a dry throat here. Bottom of the 8th. Canadian football coming up. This will be the throw. They got 5 outs away to the World Series. You know, Baltimore was down 14-8 in the Champions League, the first Champions League. But that's, you know, it was different then. Matt Williams is probably going to go the distance here. That'll be Dower who fouls it off. Baltimore is the team that beat Philadelphia in 5 games in the World Series in real life. With Toronto winning here, then Toronto will be, I would say, if you use the associative property, they're going to be the favorites. Because they beat Baltimore and Baltimore beat Philadelphia. But you never know.
Oh, that's out.
You know, what will this World Series be like? Toronto upset the Yankees and kind of a big upset against Chicago. And that'll be a base hit. Remember, Chicago wanted to get to this to match up against Baltimore again, and then Chicago lost in 6 games. Baltimore thought they were going in a breeze as they won Game 1 really big. And now they're bringing in a new pitcher. This could be interesting. Bobby Cox comes out. And out goes Matt Williams. What a heck of a day for him.
Your attention, please.
And into the game is Joey McLaughlin. 1 game, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Righties hate him, lefties tolerate him. 2 innings of work. And here's Danny Ford. He's 0 for 3. That'll be low ball 1. Danny Ford, and it's just ticking now. Their time is almost over. There's 1 out, 1 on, and they call a strike there. There was a little bit on the corner. Oh, Baltimore needs 6 runs. They'll be down low, 2-1. Williams down. There might be a little bit of hope. You see some fans still waving their towels. That'll be fouled off, 2-2. The 2-2. That'll be on the ground. This could be 2. And there it is. And we go to the 9th. Toronto's 3 outs away from a miracle run to the World Series. Don Welchel will be in. He's been in 2 games in the postseason, 1 in the 3rd innings. 2 strikeouts, no walks. Righties love the guy, lefties hate him. Damaso Garcia is 2 for 4, 2 singles and 2 runs. Damaso Garcia, and it'll be in a ball, 1-0. Really, Damaso and Blue Jays, they just want to get the 3 outs. And Damaso, though, this will be to left field, and oh, what a catch! And Lowenstein, what a catch! You know, these professionals at this stage, are never going to give up. They're never going to give up. They never will, and he held on. And they also know that you can't give up one single run here, and Bunnell a strike. Double, 2 singles, and 2 RBI. He's 3 for 4. 0-1. And it'll be inside 1-1. 1 out. The Morikayo and Swaggerty. That's in case they need him. Welchel just wants to get 1, 2, 3 and get to them. Bunnell, and it's 2-1. Top of the 9th, 2-1, 1 out. And that'll be a hard shot. Eddie Murray, he drops it. He'll pick it up and throw, and he's out, 2 out. Two outs and Mosby. That's 1 for 3, a double, an home run, and an RBI. Lloyd Mosby. He'll be on the ground for a strike. Now low in the strike zone. Mosby is 1 for 3. If you're Toronto, you still have to keep focus. That'll be fouled away. You know, they just a little bit right now, pretty much over. There's the strikeout. Baltimore needs 6. They need 6 to tie, and Toronto's 3 outs away. Randy Moffett, 3 games, 1-0. 4 to 3rd. 3 strikeouts, 1 walks. Righties don't like the guy, and lefties don't like him either. And here comes Al Bunbury. They have 3 outs to get 6 runs. Or else Toronto, another time when they win a clinching game, they won the wild card round 6-0. They beat Chicago in their clinching game 6-1. No, sorry about that. They beat the Yankees 6-1. They beat Chicago in a clinching game 6-1. And now they lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the 9th innings. I don't know whether that's a omen. And there is, oh, he's off the base, and that's going to be a base hit. It is an error, actually, and a little bit of hope. A little bit of hope. And that is Alfredo Griffin with the error. So a little bit of hope here for Eddie Murray, who's 2 for 3. And Moffett, that's going to be a ball, 1-0. Double and a single, he's 2 for 3. If they score 7 runs this inning, they're in the World Series. And that'll be fouled off, 1-1. Well, that's the task. If Baltimore gets 7 runs, they're in the World Series. And that's it. If not, Toronto's in the World Series. When we go to extra innings, it'll be 2-1. Jim Acker and Don Cooper are working in the bullpen. It'll be 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning with nobody out. 3-1. Cal Ripken is on deck. The 3-1. That'll be fouled off again, 3-2. This is one of those at-bats where he needs to get on. If you get 2 on with nobody out, then you got people watching. And fouled again, staying alive. That's what you can get a couple long at-bats, get that pitch count up. Eddie Murray, and that's going to be center field. And underneath is Lloyd Mosby, that's 1 out. And that was a big out, could have been 2 outs. But the error. They're a double play. Here's Cal Ripken. They're a double play from going to the World Series. One on, one out, bottom of the ninth. Randy Moffett. This is it. And that's going to be low ball one. That would be big if they could get the bases loaded here. That would be very big, and that'll be a swing and a miss, 1-1 to Cal. In the bottom of the ninth, 6-0. That'll be a hard hit and a base hit. There's going to be 2 on. So they're going to go to first and third. I wouldn't say the most risky, but it'll be first and third in the ninth inning. They call time here. And the Orioles are getting people on. You know, they're going to be making a push. And here's Ken Singleton now with 1 out. He grounded out in the 7th inning. Only hitting 187 in the postseason. A double play, and the Blue Jays are in the World Series. And it'll be a ball outside, 1-0. They're kind of, I'm not saying they're believing, but they're taking a little bit of notice. And that'll be jammed. And it'll be the catch. 2 outs. And they're down to their final out. Toronto, when they get their final out, they go to the World Series. And now here's John Lowenstein. He flew out in the 7th, 7 for 28. A double and an RBI. And Lowenstein could be the final out. He could be the final out, and that's going to be a strike. When I mean the final out, he could be the final batter. 0-1. And that'll be 0-2. And it'll be 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it'll be fouled off, 1-2. They're down to their last strike, and the Blue Jays will go to the World Series. They've done it! The Blue Jays are in the World Series! The Miracle Men from up north with the powder blue uniforms will be playing Philadelphia after they beat New York in the wild card round, and then they beat Chicago in the ALDS, and they come to Baltimore, big underdogs, and they pull the miracle. It seems less like a miracle because they won the game so convincingly. A 6-0 win. It seems like they were destined because they won by such a margin. And there was no doubt about this when they scored in the first 4 innings. They win a clinching game with 6 runs again. They beat the Yankees 6-1, Chicago 6-1, and they win this game 6-0. An incredible performance. Matt Williams, the player of the game. Very quickly, Barry Bonnell, 3 for 5. He really good with 2 RBIs. Mullenix really played exceptional, bringing his average up. Barfield and Upshaw had donuts. Barfield had a sacrifice, and he had a walk. And it is quiet here. Williams got the win. He had a 4-hit shutout. And in the last inning and 2/3, they only gave up 1 hit. For Baltimore, everybody, let's see. Ford, Bunbury, Singleton, Lowenstein, and Sakata all had donuts. And Eddie Murray went 2 for 4. And it was so big. Not many strikeouts. Jim Palmer, a horrible day, and it was him. But it didn't matter if he gave up 1 or 6 runs. If they gave up 1 run, that was it. As you can see, the last 5 2/3 of an inning, Toronto did not give up a hit. Jim Palmer gave up all the runs and all the hits. Ramirez and Welchel had them hitless. throughout the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think they were thinking about Philadelphia. The pitcher analysis here. And here we go, 110 total pitches. Here is Williams, who had 86. Moffitt, who had 19. And McLaughlin, who had 5. Taking a look at the Orioles, Palmer had 59. Of the worst of his life, Welchel with 9. Ramirez had 52, almost the same amount as the starter. And that was it. Looking to the World Series, as we said before, the analysis, quite frankly, I think Toronto beat the team that beat Philadelphia in real life. I think it's going to be a good series. I think that if there's any blowout games, I think Philadelphia will probably win them. But I just can't believe that the Blue Jays won in such a convincing fashion in game number 7. You know, they scored in the 4th. I was expecting like 2 runs in the 5th and like 2 in the 7th and 1 in the 8th and then a chance to win it in the 9th. But it happens to be 6-0 the champion. That's it. Toronto's the ALCS. And as you can see, the winner, Matt Williams, the player of the game, 7 1/3. He gave a 4-hit shutout. Jim Palmer, just absolutely awful today. And when you take a look, Philadelphia and Toronto in the World Series. Have a great day. We're going to see you for the World Series. That'll probably start tomorrow. Have a great day. We'll talk to you then.